Hi everyone, it is Counselor Chloe Schaefer here. Today I am going to break down some barriers and stigma with dependent personality disorder. I have a lot of young and female clients who are very put off by this being diagnosed, but I wanted to just kind of go through what that actually means for people. If you are looking to self-diagnose, please do not use this as a means to do so. You need a medical or mental health professional to help you do this. But feel free to follow along for educational purposes to maybe, like I said, break down that stigma and overall just gain a better understanding of this. For clinicians that might be viewing this, I am going over the new DSM-5 TR as opposed to the most recently outdated DSM-5. So with any diagnosis for mental health, there is a very straightforward to the T box. So this diagnostic box is very straightforward, and I'm going to go ahead and go over this with you. It states, a pervasive and excessive need to be taken care of that leads to submissive and clingy behavior and fears of separation, beginning by early adulthood, and presents in a variety of contexts, as indicated by 5 or more of the following. Criterion 1 has difficulty making everyday decisions without an excessive amount of advice or reassurance from others. 2 needs others to assume responsibility for most major areas of his or her life. 3 has difficulty expressing disagreement with others because of the fear of loss of support or approval. 4 has difficulty initiating projects or doing things on his or her own because of a lack of self-confidence or judgment of abilities rather than lack of motivation or energy. 5 goes to excessive lengths to obtain nurturance and support from others to the point of volunteering to do things that are unpleasant. 6 feels uncomfortable or helpless when alone because of exaggerated fears of being unable to take care of him or herself. 7 urgently seeks another relationship as a source of care and support when close relationships end. And 8 is unrealistically preoccupied with fears of being left to take care of him or herself. So if you technically see in a client or associate 5 of these with yourself or more, that would indicate that this could be potential diagnosis. There are multiple other factors that clinicians do have to take in, even if you do meet those. There could be some overlap with other diagnoses. So some of the common overlaps that would either debunk this or the other diagnoses would be separation anxiety in adults, other mental disorders and medical conditions, other personality disorders, personality change due to a medical condition, or substance use disorders. And there is also something called comorbidity. So this is when you can have dual diagnoses. So this and another diagnosis. So people with dependent personality have an increased risk of depressive disorders, anxiety disorders, and adjustment disorders. Dependent personality disorder often co-occurs with other personality disorders, especially borderline, avoidant, and histrionic personality disorders. Chronic physical illness or persistent separation anxiety disorder in childhood or adolescence may predispose the individual to the development of this disorder. So again, those are just some indicators that this might be starting, or just a clinical agreement that this can happen with other disorders, but that's not to say that it does need to. So what does this all mean? So if a person actually is diagnosed with this, I want everyone to realize that this is not lifelong. This is something that can very easily be changed with therapy, and with really observing some of those cognitive distortions that a person has. So again, this is not a lifelong disease or disorder for anyone if they choose to work on it. So again, I hope this helps people at least clarify what the actual diagnosis consists of, and hopefully that helps you either connect the dots for some things and maybe seek help, or for clinicians, I hope this just reassures that there's not much difference from this and the DSM-5. Thank you, and good luck out there, folks.